The Republican effort to attack President Biden politically and portray the Department of Justice as corrupt and biased and all of it is getting so dang out of hand and leading to situations like what we're going to talk about here, where Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn just blatantly exposes her own dishonesty by being obviously hypocritical and her current self contradicting her past self on one particular subject. So we'll get to that, but she's responding to something. So to understand what she's responding to, we got to talk about this. First, as NBC News reports, Attorney General Garland appoints a special counsel in Hunter Biden probe. U.S. Attorney David Weiss will be appointed special counsel in the ongoing probe of the president's son, Hunter Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland announced Friday. So there's kind of a lot of context to understand quickly. I'll try to go through it in case you've missed the step-by-step of this. Hunter Biden has been getting investigated for some time now, and it's been overseeing this investigation by David Weiss. David Weiss is a U.S. attorney in the state of Delaware, and he was appointed by Donald Trump. And Joe Biden had the power to replace, as presidents do, this U.S. attorney, David Weiss, but decided, I'm going to leave David Weiss in his position, probably because he's overseeing a case into my son. So Biden going above and beyond to make sure there's no political bias being injected into this process by leaving the Trump appointee in his position overseeing the case into President Biden's son, Hunter Biden. And so as that investigation has been going on, we weren't seeing a lot on it. And then all of a sudden we got some information about how a plea deal looks like it was going to be reached between David Weiss and Hunter Biden's lawyers. And the plea deal then gave us insight into what exactly Hunter Biden was being investigated for and the potential charges he was facing, including tax evasion for 2 years and also a firearm related charge, him lying on a federal form saying he wasn't addicted to a controlled substance when he indeed was getting that firearm. And so it looked like that was going to be resolved. That was going to come to a conclusion with a plea deal where the firearm charge would be dropped if he would follow through with some guidelines, and the tax evasion would be something that Hunter Biden would plead guilty to, but not have to serve prison time, which was typical, that type of plea deal for these types of charges. Okay. Well, then the plea deal kind of falls apart, and that's where we sit today. They haven't reached this plea agreement. And now it's just back on the status of ongoing investigation into Hunter Biden. And so David Weiss, overseeing the investigation, Trump appointee, has said time and time again, at this point in time, I've been given all the resources and all the power and authority I need to oversee this case, but I don't think I need special counsel status. But Republicans were saying, no, see, Hunter Biden's being treated differently and he's getting preferential treatment and being protected. And if they really were being not at all biased, then David Weiss would have special counsel status. And so now David Weiss, after saying, I don't need it as of now, but if I needed it, I know Merrick Garland will give it to me. Nothing's wrong. All is well. He has shifted and said, you know what? Yeah, I'll have special counsel status. Merrick Garland immediately grants it to him once he asks for it. The reason I'm setting it up like this is because you'll see now Republicans are saying, oh, they gave special counsel status to David Weiss because David Weiss is going to use that to protect Hunter Biden. Two-tier justice system. Even though previously the argument was, there was a whole IRS whistleblower hearing on this that we covered, was that because David Weiss wasn't being given special counsel status, he was having his investigation impeded, interfered with by Merrick Garland, and Merrick Garland wasn't allowing him to do what he needed to do with Hunter Biden, thus two-tier justice system. But now he's being given the special counsel status, and they're saying it still represents David Weiss being in on the attempt to save Hunter Biden from accountability or something. Completely ridiculous. And I want to say again, back when they were saying that Merrick Garland was interfering with David Weiss's investigation, David Weiss was writing letters to Republicans saying, no, it's fine. He's not. But facts don't matter, I guess. And then we get this. After the news I just explained to you, Senator Marsha Blackburn says, Merrick Garland appointed David Weiss as special counsel because he knows Weiss will protect Hunter. But interestingly, back in 2022, Marsha Blackburn signed a letter She was one of 30 plus senators who signed this letter. Dear Attorney General Garland, we, the undersigned, write to request that United States Attorney David C. Weiss be extended special counsel protections and authorities to conduct the Hunter Biden investigation. And there's her name signed on it. But now she's saying this is to protect Hunter Biden. Which one is it, Marsha? I want to note as well, the system's doing what the system's supposed to do with Hunter Biden. And it actually looks like, let's just be honest, Merrick Garland, he's going above and beyond to make sure David Weiss gets anything. All right, you want special counsel status, which, by the way, in case you're curious, gives you kind of extra authority and you can bring charges in other jurisdictions besides the one you oversee. And so David Weiss could, if he's interested beyond the charge we know, the tax evasion and the or the potential charges, tax evasion and firearm related charge, if there's something else in a different jurisdiction that he wants to bring, now he has the ability to do that. We don't know exactly what that might be. But let the system play out. Yes, he's the president's son. Hold him accountable too for any possible violations of the law, as everyone on the left has been saying for this entire process. But don't then lie about, number one, there being corruption where there's not, and number two, this reflecting on President Joe Biden. Until you have some sort of link that they aren't making with Biden being caught up in wrongdoing, every time they try to, they fail miserably. Then be honest about what the facts actually show. And that's what really bothers me about this whole discussion, because otherwise it would just be the son of the president is dealing with some legal troubles. Let it play itself out. If he has to go to prison, he goes to prison. If not, if he gets a plea deal, whatever happens, happens. Great. But instead, any subject of Hunter Biden, you got to make clear, okay, these narratives about him are completely baseless, but here, yeah, he actually does seem like he evaded his taxes or lied on this form. And it gets really confusing, I know, for people, but the dishonesty is what is blatantly obvious, because Marsha Blackburn there is now getting what she asked for in a letter and saying, haha, see, now that they did the thing I was saying they needed to do to prove that there wasn't a two-tier justice system, there's a two-tier justice system. It's ridiculous. And it is an example, I will say as well, of when Democrats or those who are not within the right wing try to bend over backwards to prove they're not politically biased, they're going to be accused of that anyways. And now David Weiss is getting all this authority to oversee this investigation into Hunter Biden and still is being accused of covering for and defending Hunter Biden. So ridiculous. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.